Hola, hola. Bienvenidos y bienvenidas una vez más. Bienvenida, Noemí, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, hola, and welcome. This program will be bilingual. Welcome to our e-multi-university. It's our fourth section.
Sí, es nuestra cuarta clase magistral. Bienvenidos precisamente a este canal de e-multi University 3000. Y bueno, la verdad es que hoy tenemos un tema muy emocionante, Noé.
Yes, today we have a very, very interesting subject. Remember, we already had Briony Vanden Bussche with us 2 months ago, and it was so good. And people ask for more questions, and they want to be practical, and they want to know how to do it. So we have part 2, quantum thinking.
Sí,
How
bueno.
to make my dream or what I wish reality.
Sí, aquí es muy importante porque esta es la parte número 2 de esta clase magistral que es pensamiento cuántico, es decir, cómo vamos a manifestar nuestra realidad ahora. Así es que en la primera parte todavía hay muchas preguntas que aquí en esta parte 2 se van a responder.
Sí, vamos a contar con Briony, so prepare sus preguntas, prepare sus comentarios, porque el tema es muy importante. Si yo puedo co-crear o crear lo que quiero, es bueno saber. So in English, please, we will have Briony with us. So please prepare your comments and your questions, because if the topic is how to make reality what I wish, that's very important. We better know.
Sí, y fíjate, Noé y amigos, si es que esta clase se te hace interesante y quieres, no estuviste en la número 1, te invitamos a que vayas a nuestros canales de YouTube en donde está la lista de reproducción de las 3 masterclass anteriores, de estas clases magistrales, y para que puedas tener tus apuntes dentro de liderazgo, dentro de esta manifestación, dentro de economía también. Así es que, de verdad, estamos muy emocionadas de poder compartir con ustedes esta maravillosa información.
Okay, she was saying if you want to see our previous classes, you can always check on our YouTube channels and check Briony, part 1, and the other class 2 about economy and leadership.
Sí, y sobre todo, bueno, pues de verdad que ya tuvimos la número 3 de desafíos de la economía ante un planeta herido con este economista fascinante, Juan Torres López, que nos ha dejado de verdad, pues mucho en qué pensar. Y ahora hay que tomar en cuenta esto y también lo de liderazgo de Walter Maverino, pues estas recomendaciones de Briony para precisamente manifestar lo que queramos en este pensamiento cuántico.
Yes, our last class was about economy, remember, with Professor Juan Torres Lopez, and it was fascinating. And the first class was about leadership with Walter Maverino, and the second class was with Briony. So please check it out. It's pretty good.
Y gracias por sus comentarios. Estamos y esperamos sus preguntas. La entrevista es grabada. Sin embargo, la tendremos aquí en vivo para responder cada una de las dudas que vayan surgiendo.
So today's class is pre-recorded, but then Briony will be with us, and she will be live to answer your questions and
Sí,
see
y
your
bueno,
comments and interact with us. Briony Vanden Bussche.
sí, es nuestra
Topic is
invitada.
quantum thinking.
Sí.
Yeah, and the class is in English with Spanish subtitles.
Sí, la clase es en inglés y tiene subtítulos en español. Y también si es que nos estás viendo desde otro país, bueno, pues ahí YouTube también te da la oportunidad de poderlo ir traduciendo a tu idioma.
So if you are from another country, another languages, please go to YouTube and you can switch the translation to your languages, to your language.
Y bueno, es que también voy a poner algunas de las frases para retomar un poquito sobre la clase anterior y que vayamos sintonizándonos con esta nueva información, porque lo primero, soñar de manera cuántica acelera las cosas.
To dream in a quantum manner will accelerate things.
Sí,
Yeah.
y debemos de tener la parte más importante o medular de este pensamiento cuántico es sentir.
The most important part is to feel in the quantum process. Yeah, that's
Porque
what all quotes of Briony. Son todas las quotes de Briony, ¿eh?
sí,
Bravo, Cari, eres una buena estudiante.
y también la intención es quien lleva la realización. Es muy importante mantener nuestra intención y esa coherencia de la que hemos hablado, de la coherencia cardíaca también, que tiene que ver mucho con esta parte de la intención.
Intention would lead you to realization.
Sí. Y bueno, pues yo estoy, pero con mis apuntes aquí ya más.
See, please have your
Sí.
handbook, exercise books, and paper, and pencil, and I have all the colors too. You can color, you can draw, and follow what's happening. It's always good.
Y este es un momento muy importante para regalarnos a nosotros mismos, a nosotras mismas, para imaginar el estilo de vida querido.
So we take advantage of this session too to imagine or to project the style of life we really want.
Y bueno, tu futuro conectado con tu corazón. Tu corazón ya lo sabe todo.
Your future is connected to your heart because your heart already knows the future.
Sí. Y bueno, pues de verdad espero que esta recopilación de un poquito de información ya nos esté preparando porque yo ya quiero saber más.
So we hope this was useful, this little summary, and we do want to know more.
Bueno, Noé, y nos quieres decir un poco más sobre Briony y su preparación profesional.
So Briony, first of all, she's a great friend. She's a great human being, but she's a great professional too. She's an expert in business, education. She's a singer. She's an artist as well.
Ella es
She
una experta en negocios, actriz, en música.
actually she's graduated in finance. So
Mm,
finance and artists can be together, you see.
sí, sí, sí. Es que yo también soy de la parte de arte, de
Yes.
teatro, entonces a ver si algún día podemos hacer algo juntas. Me encantaría.
And she's a coach in quantum thinking for education and for business as well. So
Mm,
she's quite an expert in many
sí.
things. And thank you,
Ella es
Briony, for your time.
coach o capacitadora y desarrolladora de este pensamiento cuántico en escuelas, en negocios, en empresas.
Very important this time.
Sí, sí, sí,
Uh-huh.
es muy, muy importante. Así es que, pues de verdad, agradecemos enormemente la disponibilidad para estar hoy aquí con nosotros en la Multi University 3000 y gracias a todo el equipo que está detrás de la pantalla
Gracias.
haciendo estos enlaces para que ustedes tengan estas excelentes charlas.
Y gracias a Cecilia Esbarra porque ha traducido palabra por palabra en YouTube lo que estaba diciendo Briony. So, entonces, si hablas español, puedes mirar bien los pies, ponga en grande la pantalla y ver la traducción. No es una traducción de Google, sino una traducción hecha a mano por Cecilia. Muchas gracias. Y haremos así, un domingo en inglés con traducción al español y un domingo en español con traducción al inglés. So we will do like this. 1 month will be in English with translation in Spanish with a subtitle, and the other month will be in Spanish with translation in the subtitle in English. So we try to please everybody. Remember,
Sí,
this is international. We have to cover the whole world and make sure everybody can understand.
y que siempre nos quede esa opción de YouTube, aunque no tenga la traducción perfecta y precisa, podemos darnos ya una idea. Y recuerden que esto es para que tú te des cuenta, para que luego podamos hacer nuestras propias investigaciones. Así es que es muy importante que no te quedes solamente con lo que ves aquí, sino que lo compruebes por ti mismo y busques más fuentes de información.
That's it. Remember, you can always in YouTube, you put your own languages. And remember, it's for you, for us, for each one of us to investigate, to do some research, and to go on with this process.
Sí. Bueno, y no sé ustedes, amigos, pero yo la verdad es que ya quiero ver a Briony y a Noé en acción.
Yeah, let's go to the video. So good. And please take notes.
Please. Y es muy importante que anoten cualquier duda, porque vamos a tener aquí a Briony respondiendo tus preguntas.
And please take notes of your comments and questions because we will have Briony with us after the video.
Bueno, pues, que lo disfruten.
Let's start. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, Briony.
Thank you, Noemi, for inviting me. So happy to be here again in the program.
Good to see you. Yes, we are back. We are again in the Multi-University 3000 Masterclass. This is the fourth class or exchange or conversation, but what I know we are going to learn a lot. Definitely. We are in part 2 of quantum thinking. Please check in YouTube the previous one. Very good. And this time we will see again quantum thinking, but inside that, how concretely how to manifest the future we desire. And we better to desire something great. I think you will talk about that too.
Yeah.
Because it works, so be careful. No, this is just a couple of words of caution. We disclaim everything from this program. It's a joke. Let's go. Please, do you want to present yourself? Well, I can start. We are with Briony Vanden Bussche, founder of the School of Elves, and which is very nice. Among other schools, because I know you did more. You were the director of a school in Antwerp, right? You are
in Belgium, in
Belgium.
Yeah.
A business and educational innovator, expert and trainer in quantum shift method, and you have many tools. You train for enterprise as well and businessmen. You have a long list. Do you want to go on and tell us about you a little bit before we start?
Yeah, so I started with, of course, the feeling that I wanted to change something in education. I think most people here who are attending this course have that same feeling. So that's great. I developed for that first fairy school, the School of Elves, where you develop with all the nature elements, new personalities. You recreate your own personality in a fairy way, in a fantasy way for children. And together with all elements, nature elements, we go on a journey, we discover ourselves, become more powerful, and we discover new magic talents. And then I did a lot of things like creating fairy festivals. And maybe nice to know, Noemi, for you, I'm starting again with fairy festivals, planning here in Tobago one in November, and then in Europe, also a few in May, June 2020. And for everybody who wants to collaborate, if you want to do it in your country, very welcome. So I feel it...
very welcome.
So you can always contact me and we can have a chat about it. Because these fairy festivals, I did this, I started this, I think, around 2008. And I did for 5 years fairy festivals. And it was really a huge gathering of people who want to do something new in education, and with performances, workshops, and everybody was dressed up and they all connected with their inner child. So you all step into this magical part of yourself. That's also quantum thinking. You step into this magician of yourself. And so because of these fairy festivals, there was a whole movement of people who want to do new things for education. I also met Noemi in that movement. And and then she brought the idea, why not start a new school? So I thought I have to do it, so I did it. So I started a school, and I was for five years director. I must say that was a very tough job, because it was a public school, and there was a lot of legislation and that you then have to obey to, and that was not really my thing, because I'm a free thinker, you know. I'm a freewheeler, and I get totally suffocated if I only have to run after new rules and a new rule and a new rule. There was always so many rules. So it was a great experience, and I love it. And the next school we're building, that will be a private one, because I know I just want freedom. But it was a great experience. And after being director in that school, so we implemented several tools of right brain training, new education, holistic education. I created the Rainbow Talents Plan, and with some fairy aspects in it. And then I started with training entrepreneurs in the business academy with quantum thinking. And and then I noticed that, interesting, that what happened was that I saw that I was not really consciously creating myself for the new tasks I had to do. So this means that I got stuck in old belief systems, and for the school that meant old belief system about needing to having work very hard, everything is tough and it's difficult. I was still quite a bit in this, life should be a bit difficult, you know. And you get this from education, you know, when you train 20 years in education.
Especially in Europe, I am with you.
Yeah, it's always so tough, and it's heavy, and it's a burden, and it's boring, and it's all those ideas.
Never good enough.
And it's never good enough. That's a very good one. Yeah, and I had to really work on myself on that one. So during the business training, I really wanted to create more freedom in myself. So I had to really, so with this quantum journeys, I really recreated myself in more freedom space, which I am now totally in. So happy here in Trinidad Tobago, very near to the South American part, of course. And I learned during the business training, what does it mean to create an enterprise, a business, but then together with freedom lifestyle, and to open yourself for all the abundance in life, which is an abundance. Partly is, of course, money, but abundance is much more than that. Abundance is enjoying every breath you take and the people you have around you, and just really see everything as an adventure and as a joy. So I think that's my history in very short terms. And I think, Noemi, you wanted to also have some practical information, isn't it?
Yes, people were asking, how we put in practice what you taught us in part 1? How can I do it practically? Any kind of meditation, suggestion, tips, what's a manual to make sure I will manifest the future I really desire, and what are the steps?
Yeah. So
But
very
if you want to
important
remind us the part one, do a small summary so people that just enter the program right now can catch up.
Yeah. So what I have to get the information in a new way, I created videos about quantum thinking, and I have this video about being not good enough. So it's very good that you mention it, because the point is, in one way or another, we all have this very deep inside feeling that you're not good enough. And this is the story which I use in my trainings. And that's, here you see Yoru. And Yoru is a man, and he's like, how would you say it? Yeah, he's like just like us. He's troubled. He is this part in us. He is who is very civilized, who's very educated, but doubtful about his dreams, somewhere feeling there's more, and just like, yeah, on a journey, on a quest to himself. And he has a daughter, Leah. And Leah is this light girl. She is like this multi-dimensional girl who is, who is, you could say, the guide and with very simple things, she brings him to the key of his heart. And so here you can watch one of the stories where Leah, per coincidence, does something on Yoru's computer, and a little mystery happens then.
Let's watch.
Ready? Do you have your popcorn ready?
Daddy? No, I don't have time, Leah. But Daddy, please come and play. Yoru looks up and then continues working. Leah sighs. Her father always has to work. She walks to Yoru's computer and types on the keyboard. Yoru looks up in frustration. Leah, stop that! Leah keeps typing, and suddenly a video appears on the screen. Miss Quantum appears. Peter looks up in shock. I am Miss Quantum, your guide on this cosmic journey. Who are you really? Are you your thoughts? Are you your feelings? Or are you much more than that? What do you mean exactly? Yoru asks. What does your day look like? And what do you eat and drink? Miss Quantum asks. I wake up, I get up, make a cup of coffee with 2 spoons of sugar, and I prefer to eat my breakfast with a bar of chocolate. That gives me always more energy. Then I leave for work. There I make another cup of coffee, and then I start working. It is often so busy that I forget to have lunch. Usually a colleague reminds me that I have not eaten yet. Then I quickly buy something in our company shop. Then I will work again and come home late when Leah is about to go to bed. Leah is difficult because then she wants to play. Lately I've been feeling sick and tired so often, Yoru sighs. I have the feeling that I can no longer hold on. This world seems such a tiring place to be. And whatever I do, it is never good enough. Miss Quantum moves on. Your personality or identity is shaped by how you think, act, and feel, time and time again. This creates a personal reality. Your personality or identity consists of your past, the thoughts that you have learned about yourself, the judgments that people have spoken to you positively or negatively, or that you have unconsciously received or interpreted in that way. We also call this the ego. Your ego is like a box or a mask through which you look at the world. Sighs Yoru. My mask tells me it is never good enough. Rudolph has the idea that what he does is never good enough and sets the bar very high for himself. He is often afraid that the work he's doing is not perfect enough, and therefore he postpones certain files that he is working on. Because he exhibits procrastination, he gets angry reactions from colleagues, which confirms him in the feeling and the thought that he is not good enough and that he has to do his best even harder. It seems as if Miss Quantum is talking about me. Fatima has the idea that she has to do everything alone. She takes on many responsibilities and often blames her colleagues for taking too little responsibility. Her behavior makes colleagues feel that Fatima does not respect their work. Therefore, they start taking less and less initiative to take on certain responsibilities themselves. This confirms Fatima in the feeling and the idea that she is on her own and has to do everything alone. This looks like my colleague at work. Are we going to ride a horse now? No, I'm not done yet. But you've been brushing so long. For you, it is never good enough.
So, a little introduction. So, Yoro, Leah and Miss Quantum, and they have a lot of adventures together to explore all those layers, how to come really to manifest your dreams. And actually, that's all what we want, of course, in life. We all have huge dreams and we want to manifest them and get all the tools. And specifically in school, of course, we got all the tools how not to manifest your dreams. Noemi asked me, can you do something wrong in manifesting, like manifest really bad things? And then I say to Noemi, just before I told her, yes, we do that the whole time.
Yeah, I was concerned about that. What
if we always manifest so many bad things for ourselves? I think what is important is to know that your brain, mostly from education, is wired in such a way that you think quite often in not such a good sense about yourself. So this means that you crystallize more negativity around you. So it's really up to us just to become aware of what we think about ourselves, and so also crystallize in our outside world and just transform that. And if then sometimes we think about something which is not so beneficial for our future, then it is what it is. It is just a moment to become aware again and just saying this little bell, oh yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not really helpful for my future to think that about myself. And it's always starting with the end in mind, or I would say with the end in feeling. That's even more important than the end in mind. It has to be an embodiment of what you see in the future. It's like as if you were a toddler and you were playing and you're totally convinced that you are the queen in a castle, or you are a sailor on a boat, and there's nobody who can convince you that you're not there. That has to be the feeling, you have to step into your magical self and create a feeling that whatever you desire is in this magical space. And maybe just to give you a little brief introduction for the people who did not saw the previous lesson, I also have a video about the double slit experiment. So this experiment, which is kind of the basis of quantum thinking. And I can tell it, but I'm not going to tell it because it's better to listen to the video and enjoy the video. Because after this video, you'll never forget what the double slit experiment actually is.
And by the way, always have your notebook, everything to write down, and get ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Popcorn.
Perfect.
what they taught us in school isn't really the way it is, and that our senses are playing tricks on us. You just gotta wonder, what is this reality that we find ourselves in? Quantum physics says it's all just waves of information. Do I believe that? I hope so. Yikes! And here we are, the granddaddy of all quantum weirdness, the infamous double-slit experiment. To understand this experiment, we first need to see how particles, or little balls of matter, act. If we randomly shoot a small object, say a marble, at the screen, we see a pattern on the back wall where they went through the slit and hit. Now, if we add a second slit, we would expect to see a second band duplicated to the right. Now, let's look at waves. The waves hit the slit and radiate out, striking the back wall with the most intensity directly in line with the slit. The line of brightness on the back screen shows that intensity. This is similar to the line the marbles make. But when we add the second slit, something different happens. If the top of one wave meets the bottom of another wave, they cancel each other out. So now there is an interference pattern on the back wall. Places where the two tops meet are the highest intensity, the bright lines, and where they cancel, there is nothing. So when we throw things, that is matter, through two slits, we get this, two bands of hits. And with waves, we get an interference pattern of many bands. Good so far. Now, let's go quantum. An electron is a tiny, tiny bit of matter, like a tiny marble. Let's fire a stream through one slit. It behaves just like the marble, a single band. So, if we shoot these tiny bits through two slits, we should get, like the marbles, two bands. An interference pattern. We fired electrons, tiny bits of matter through. But we get a pattern like waves, not like little marbles. How? How could pieces of matter create an interference pattern like a wave? It doesn't make sense. But physicists are clever. They thought, maybe those little balls are bouncing off each other and creating that pattern. So they decide to shoot electrons through one at a time. There is no way they could interfere with each other. But after an hour of this, the same interference pattern is seen to emerge. The conclusion is inescapable. The single electron leaves as a particle, becomes a wave of potentials, goes through both slits, and interferes with itself to hit the wall like a particle. But mathematically, it's even stranger. It goes through both slits and it goes through neither. And it goes through just one and it goes through just the other. All of these possibilities are in superposition with each other. Physicists were completely baffled by this. So they decided to peek and see which slit it actually goes through. They put a measuring device by one slit to see which one it went through and let it fly. But the quantum world is far more mysterious than they could have imagined. When they observed, the electron went back to behaving like a little marble. It produced a pattern of two bands, not an interference pattern of many. The very act of measuring or observing which slit it went through meant it only went through one, not both. The electron decided to act differently, as though it was aware it was being watched. was here. Physicists stepped forever into the strange, never world of quantum events. What is matter? Marbles or waves? And waves of what? And what does an observer have to do with any of this? The observer collapsed the wave function simply by observing.
So, yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow.
So what does it mean, sir? It means that electrons, that's the little particles where we all exist from, that they behave normally like waves of potential. So they are in superposition. This means that they are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. So they are really potentials in the quantum fields. And the moment they put an observer, then they behave like matter. So this means that it's just because there is an observer, we could call it consciousness, because I think most people who are watching in this training are comfortable with the concept of consciousness. Not all people in the scientific world are agreeing on that matter, but okay. On a deeper level, we know something is watching and something is, pushing evolution. So, so just because there is an observer, there is consciousness, it means that there is matter. So that also means that when something is not focusing, not observing, that it's waves of potential. So what does it mean is that what we can do, if we don't like the matter around us and we don't like what we're seeing around us, then what we are doing, we're bringing ourselves to a more fluid field of potential. And then we're choosing again new potentials. You could say that if you are living here now, let's say me, I live now in Trinidad, but there's several potential timelines in the quantum field. So there's a potential Briony living in Bolivia, there's a potential Briony living in the US, there's a potential Briony living in Belgium, and they all live next to each other. It's all potentials in the quantum fields. And just by choosing, and there's, for example, a potential me being very comfortable with talking, teaching, and there's a potential me who is very shy and doesn't want to talk at all. So all potentials are there. So, and if you want new potentials, then you choose which potentials you want to manifest in your life. And of course, often we want things. We want a building, or we want a house, or we want a car, or we want some material, whatever. The point is, yes, you can focus on the material, what you want, but the most important one is how you will going to feel with that new thing you will have. So Noemi wants a university in Uruguay. So this means that...
How did you know that?
How do I know that? I don't know. It's like very difficult.
Yes, I do, definitely.
Yeah.
We do.
So Noemi, when you start dreaming, you dream really in the sense that you're there and you have all those leadership skills which are needed to be the leader of such a university. You feel totally confident, you feel totally relaxed, totally supported, you feel the freedom, you feel whatever you want to feel, joyful, passionate. You already see people around you walking, children walking and playing, and you feel like it is totally accomplished. So that's when you focus your energy on a certain potential in the field. Because often people ask also, I want several things. So what then? Should I like every moment in the day take another thing? That's a good question.
Yeah, what do we do in that case?
What do we do then? look if you can go to an integrated dream where everything is integrated. So if you can emphasize on a dream where all those scattered dream elements are all integrated in that one dream. Let's say I'm just going to talk about myself. I like to sing. I like to train. I like to perform. I like to support in finance. I like to, I like to travel. Of course, I could do a quantum journey for all these several aspects, or I could imagine myself in having an integrated dream where I have all those things together, even a partner that can be all in the dream together. And then it's much easier because then you focus on the total accomplishment and the feeling in that total accomplishment. And otherwise, of course, you constantly are scattering your focus. And the more you focus on something, the more it becomes denser. But if you constantly change, then I think that's a law in the universe. That where we focus on creates more of it. So, any questions, Noemi?
No, so far so good. It's clear. So we focus on one thing, we integrate, like we make a package.
Yeah.
And it's much easier because our focus is not all over the place.
Yeah.
And we how do you say, we raise the chances of things going faster, real.
That's an interesting one, what you're saying now. We've raised the chances.
Well, there is no chance. That's it. It will be.
It is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you could say creation is finished already. Everything, every potential is already a finished potential in the quantum fields. And it all exists on the same time too, because time is anyway an illusion. So it all exists already.
Uh-huh.
This means that it's up to us to convince ourselves so much that we're living in the reality we want to live in. And that also
zero doubt.
Yeah, there is no, because you're living already there. For you, the energy is there, you're living. Like me, for example, when of course, I created many fairy festivals in the past, but now when I'm reimagining fairy festivals, I'm totally there. If I just say one thing, I already see it happening. And I'm now as joyful as I will be there. Maybe even more joyful now than then, because then it will be work too. But now it's like pure joy to imagine, could you die? You feel the magic, you feel the sparkles. So yes, I'm already totally in this energy bubble and it's already all around me, sparkling and fairy dust and whatever you imagine. So, and that happens when it's really something from your heart, something from your passion, because that's of course also an important one. Some people ask me, but how do you connect with your dream? Because for some people it's easy, yeah, that's my dream. But for some people that's really a difficult one. So what is your dream? So what is my dream? Because if you are connected with your dream, you feel the magic. The magic is just, coming out as an explosion out of your being. And that's what we want to feel, because that creates more magnetic resonance. Of course, we can manifest everything, but it's also possible that we manifest some things which at the end we don't feel so much fulfillment in. And that's fine. That's then a reason to, let's say a lady emphasizes on getting a partner who is very wealthy. What often is underlying is, I don't feel that I can become wealthy. So let's take this partner who is very wealthy. So underlying, there is a feeling of self-worth issue.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens then is you bring this in your life and you get these situations which reflect this self-worth issue. Yeah, you asked for it. And probably you get that person with all maybe a very wealthy person, or maybe a person who just fantasizes he's very wealthy and is presenting himself very wealthy. So whatever you so there's so many deeper layers in manifesting, and that's the interesting part, because often we're a bit distracted. So you manifest, oh yeah, that, but we're often not aware what is under the need for what we want to manifest. And so I learned my lesson with partnerships. The last manifestation journeys I did was I just want a very supporting partner for all my creativity, and I got that. So and I was not anymore having a lot of requests about all kind of other. I said, what do I really need? I need support in my creativity. And and then you get abundance of that. But before that, I had to have some other experiences. And I manifested also what I had in my dreams. And so it's all possible, and it's really a journey for we as a human being to become very cautious and know what we want. But we cannot not manifest. That's not possible. So you're manifesting the whole day through. You're manifesting drink, food, whatever. It's all manifestation. It's all your talk, somebody calls you, it's all manifestation. It's just that we are often not so aware of everything we manifest, and is becoming more and more aware, and then doing this conscious training to bring ourselves in a state in what we really want.
Do you have any tips to know what I really want? Or can I ask myself, I want this, but what do I want behind this, really? I mean, I do double questions or triple questions. What do I really want with the university? What's behind? Is it good to do that?
Life is an experience. It's just when we have it, then look, I wanted to school. I manifested that school, and I noticed I was really unhappy as a director. I was happy with some things, but not happy with being totally stuck and not having any freedom anymore.
Of course. But then you understood the teachers and the directors all around the world.
Yeah, I have
80% of them are living right now. I mean,
I understand the problems, and I empathize a lot with what they're living, and I also know that what I now want in a school. That's a little bit the opposite of what I had in the school. So it is just it's just life experience. So it's knowing that yes, it's good to manifest, and it's also good at the same time to discover your ego patterns. So, and ego patterns, we all have an ego, so we cannot have not an ego. We all have a personality. But I mean these patterns which are blocking us from what we desire, and who making our life often difficult. And also that is not really possible to don't have it, because the moment you expand your awareness, the moment your personality has to expand. So all those, you always have this shift in beliefs. Often when you want to create a huge project, you also have to work a lot on your limiting beliefs about money. Because we often, let's say we have this huge projects in mind, we feel it, we see it, but sometimes we don't like to look at numbers, at business plans. That's an incompatibility. So that's a belief we have to solve in ourselves and to be comfortable with that. So, and sometimes that also has to do with things from our youth. So let's say your parents had certain beliefs about money, or about, oh, you should not, let's say there can be a belief money is, money is evil. Now, a lot of, every church where you go, there's sometimes something said like this. So you don't have to search very far away from that. And of course it was, give your money to us, because then we're a rich church. That was mostly the underlying double agenda of this religious teachings. But anyway, so we learned that money, we learned that money is evil. So we have a very belief that money is evil. So we will sabotage a lot of things in our life because it is evil. And so that's a belief we have to work on if we want to expand in a project. You can have so many beliefs where you just become more and more aware what is inside of you that maybe is holding you back towards the future you want. So it's a step-by-step process. It unfolds in the moment. But yes, it's good about going to this quantum reality. And the moment you go into that quantum reality, and you do that every day, then it's also good to take some steps towards it, which gives you the training for them and helps you to dissolve the beliefs which maybe hold you back to become that leader that you want to be in the future. Because you have to become that leader first now, so you more easily create that reality in the future. So if you want to feel freedom, let's say you want to have a total balance of relax and work, and you think, oh, I will do that when I have a future project. That's not working. When you have a future project, you will, if you are now if you're now not having balance, you will not have it in the future neither. So if you say like, I want to create that freedom in me now, then you have to work on the beliefs about hard work. That's a belief we all have all around the world. Although here in Trinidad and Tobago, I learned that they have some other beliefs about hard work. Yeah.
So Briony, that means if I have a goal, a dream, a project, at the same time, I dream it and I get ready for it. Let's say if I need management skill, I will get it along the way. If I need another language, I will learn it along the way, and so on. So it's parallel. It goes together. Like whatever.
Yeah, but let's say that you only want to visualize, and then you're not taking any step towards that future leadership that you want to be. Then you create a lot of frustration in your body and in your feelings, and it's better not to visualize, because what you do is you have this energy which pushes you forward because you're visualizing it, and then at the other hand you hold yourself back, and then you get totally tense and stressed from that.
But I read a novel of a girl. She was a street vendor. She was selling, I think, makeup, but she wanted to marry a British lord. And everybody thought she was crazy. It's a novel, but the story is good. So, and she was with a friend. So the two of them, she decided, okay, if you want that, we are going to save money. Then she decided to have a very good English. So she took classes. And then she decided to take protocol, etiquette. So she would be, of course, the perfect wife of this lord. And then she get ready, 2 years, ready. And then she could fly to England. And then at the last moment, she bumped into the Lord, and at the end of the story, it's a long story, they got married and everything. But I can see she was getting prepared at the same time she had the dream. And that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because yes, you have this dream, you choose this potential from the field. Because of course, let's say you have an expression to bring beauty in this world. You could bring beauty in many ways. But of course, for now, it's your choice to create it in a certain way. So you could choose to have an idea about like a theater school. You could choose to have a project around your university. You could choose to have a project about, there's many, a shoe shop. You could bring a lot of, you can bring in many ways your skills or your talents or what you want to bring in this art, but you choose certain aspect what according to your skills and your life experience is the most natural one, because it has to be effortless, of course. And then you have this dream, and then you become prepared, and then like energies are bumping into you for seeing, you're really confident, we're gonna test you, you really think you can do that, a future project, let's give you some more. Oh, and you think you can stand there even though all parents come after you when you are in a school director, and they have all kind of ideas. Do you think you believe in your own vision and ideas? Now let's test that. We'll put some people around your you think you have these business skills to be that future leader. Let's test her. Do you really believe in your project? Now we're gonna put some more fire, That's how it's like a cosmic game, like a cosmic joke too. So if we can see it like from above, then it's a cosmic joke. If you're in the middle, we say, oh no, who did that to me? Who did that to me? I give you an example. I had this huge dream and in my dream, I saw myself traveling and being free and being creative at the same time and doing everywhere projects and being able to visit all my projects, which I was doing. I had always this dream in myself. And then, so I had with my previous business partner relationship too, and I was still having this dream but he was not having this dream of traveling. So what happened? He suddenly got another girlfriend. So, and I was really so angry, and I felt so felt so unfair, and there was manipulation and whatever. But what happened because of that, I said, okay, let's do now what I really wanted to do for so long. Let's start traveling. And I started traveling because I didn't want to feel that pain from the past. But what then happened is, because of all the circumstances, I now got together with a partner who is very supporting and loves to travel and travels always and is always on an adventure and wants to go with me wherever I want to go, wherever projects. So you see, so this means that yes, I had a dream and I was being prepared for it. But in the moment when you have all that pain, then you don't see it, of course, because then it's like, oh my God, the world is against me. And why is this happening to me? And I should be the good manifester, but I'm manifesting all those drama and all those shit, and I'm training people in it. Yeah. All those ideas you have then. But in the end, you can see, oh, yeah, I put my intention that I wanted that. But yeah, I didn't put the intention to have that much pain for it. But okay, in the end, it's like, oh, yeah, thank you. That thank you for the pain. So, yes.
We can put the little sentence like the lawyer, in a perfect and harmonic way for my good and the common good. So
the problem is, do we learn the most in the most harmonious way? In the end, it will be harmonious again. But the moment that you're challenged and your ego is challenged, Yeah, that's
We don't
can
learn.
be some tough time, you know. Let's look at humanity now, how humanity is challenged. There are some dreams for humanity to go towards a harmonious living, but therefore we need to go through the pain of our egoistic lifestyle.
I understand.
And that goes with a lot of pain.
So far.
And still you can have a lot of joy in the middle of chaos and pain. So that's why you can create these bubbles of joy. Whatever happens, you can always create these bubbles of magic and joy. And that will not say that you never are connected with the pain of with all the problems around you, but you can create these uplifting bubbles who are giving the sense of where we're going towards with humanity.
Perfect. Are you ready to share like a little practice? Something you can.
So I have a meditation. For today I have a meditation I developed with Roy Martina. And Roy Martina is a doctor, and he's training people in personal development, and we give together business training, quantum training. So we created this meditation together which is surfing the quantum waves. So it's imagine a visualization where you go learn to relax at the right moment, and because there's no point forcing a wave. I don't know if you ever tried to force a wave of the ocean.
I never tried.
To come under your control, and now it has to come, you know, waves. It's just what you can do is
Maybe
tune
surfers
and surf.
do that.
So it's about tuning and connecting with your quantum self. So enjoy the journey.
Is this a movie you made?
It's not a movie, it's a meditation. So what you can do is just close your eyes.
Okay, so we just
and the meditation will take you in this journey.
It's time to relax and to surf your waves of the quantum field towards the future. And each time you take the time to listen to this recording, you will actually learn more and more on the deepest unconscious levels that you can live a life fully in flow. Imagine for a moment that your deepest desires can be achieved graciously and with joy, fully in flow. That's right. Feel the resonance with your desires and start to imagine that future where part of you already lives more and more. That's possible because it's happening. And as you relax deeper and deeper, you can already imagine a beautiful sunny day, perfect to surf the waves of the quantum field. The sunshine is just right. In this movie of your imagination, you love to surf. It is fun. And you're very good at it as well. It took you some time to get at this level of experience and to enjoy it so much. When you look back and remember a time, it feels like a long time ago. But it seems only like that, because when you are relaxed, there is no time. You are now in quantum time, in the quantum field, where time is different. And when you remember the time before this time, you remember how you used to struggle with obstacles and challenges on your path. You were impatient, working hard, exactly as you were programmed, having a scarcity consciousness about time, relationship, success, money, and you even were believing that you were not good enough. Of course, this was long before you learned how to surf the waves of the quantum universe, the waves that you created by your intention and by your desires and by your dreams. And when you look back, you have no regrets, because that path of struggle, that path of not knowing, that path of hard work, that path of not believing in yourself, that path brought you on this search to find your true powers, your core talents. And that's where you are now.
You feel grateful for that experience, and you feel so happy that you invested in yourself and continue to do so by taking the time to listen and to continue growing on this path. Now you are on a beach, taking out your board. The water looks beautiful out there. And when you look, you see there are already some people in the water, and it seems like they are waiting patiently for their next wave. Then you realize that it seems like waiting. But when you look closer and tune in, you discover that you're not patiently waiting, but that you are completely relaxed, fully at ease and chatting with each other, because they know as long as the next wave doesn't come, it's time to relax and let go and just be in the now. It's time to connect. It's time to go inside. Time to completely merge and become one with your quantum self. That's right. You're looking at how relaxed they are. And you know that they are successful because they know exactly when to jump on the surfboard, exactly at the right moments. You've learned from them. They are your mentors and teachers. And now it's your turn to do the same. You already have mastered the skill set. You know the game. And you know that in the quantum universe, everything is a metaphor for life, and that the quantum universe always works with metaphors. That's the way it can teach you, through stories and metaphors. And your job is to apply what works for you in your life. By doing that, you get the experience. Your job now is to resonate with the story and to make the story your story. So, as you're ready now, you go on your surfboard and you start to paddle out to where the artists are. But today, you just want to go inside. Sometimes you don't want to chat or talk because you want to use the time between the waves for yourself to create and to resonate with the future that you desire. And as you are now completely relaxed, completely in resonance and allowing the universe to create the right wave that you need to go to that future, that timeline where you're living your deepest desires. You're already connecting to that timeline, imagining how it would feel, and imagine to vibrate and resonate with that experience, like two tuning forks. Not only do you imagine it, visualize it, but you imagine to feel it in your body, to feel it in your cells, in your meridians, and in all parts of your body. You're there, experiencing your desires in the now, in your body. You are already connected to the wave, and it feels like being ready to go through a door or a portal every time you surf the wave. The wave is a portal. And as you're relaxing and deeply and completely connected to that desired future, you choose to allow the images of the future to come to you. What are my deepest desires? What is it that I want to experience? Who is it that I want to be? And if you would ask yourself now, who is the best version of me? The version of me living in that desired future, the one that I want to live in, the one I am resonating with now. And because of that, I am already living in it by resonating with it. I am already feeling that future in me right now. I am already experiencing it right now. Imagine stepping into that future and to allow all your senses to observe what's happening.
Who are you? What self-empowering beliefs do you have then? How do you see yourself? How is your self-image different from now? Experience how you feel about your self-worth. And you know that you are valuable because you are giving your best self. You give your core talents to this world. And no matter what happens to the world, how fast or slow it goes, if there's a crisis or no crisis, if there's an economy that's bad for a lot of people, you will always find the right wave to surf on, the wave to bring you to the next step. So allow that future to be completely clear to you, and each time you listen, it becomes clearer and clearer.
And then you hear that silence that you recognize as the sea swelling and creating the next wave of opportunity, infinite opportunities. And when you look up, you cannot even see the sun anymore. It is this huge wave coming in for you in the right moments. For a moment you have a flashback. You hear a question of your old self, can I do it? And immediately you know without any doubt, yes, you can. You do exactly how you've been trained to do. You jump on your boards, you're in the ready position, and as the wave comes closer, you feel being lifted up. You start surfing on that wave. The portal is fully open. You're surfing now towards your future. And you're gonna surf this wave. You're gonna ride this wave. And you're going to surf this wave until the wave flattens out. And then you're ready to go for the next one. And you're ready to go out again. And you're completely connected to that future that you so desire. The only future that's right for you. All the power resources and core talents are now awakening in you, each time more and more. And as you're riding these waves, you're training yourself to see more opportunities, to be more in tune with your powerful self.
To know when to say no and when to say yes. To know when to slow down and when to speed up. Each time your intuition gets better and better. Each time you listen, you become more connected and more in resonance with your desired future. It's simply because you open up more and more each time. The gateways open up each time more to that future that you so deeply desire. And when you return back to here and now, these vibrations, these frequencies, this resonance will stay in you because it is awakened. And each time more and more resources are becoming ready to use in your daily life. This exercise has awakened in you the power that you already are, the identity that you are deep inside, the way of quantum thinking that already was yours when you were born, seeing possibilities where others can see nothing, to be in the right place at the right moment to grab an opportunity. All of that is awakening the giant in you. Your quantum self is now fully vibrating with a timeline where you want to live. And each time you listen, it only gets stronger and stronger. And when you return to the here and now, you feel more powerful. You feel so good when you are in resonance with that future. You're ready to come back to surfing the waves as many times as you want, because this gives you pleasure and helps to get more clarity and certainty. And every time you come back, the future becomes clearer, your resources become stronger, your self-worth becomes more, your self-esteem goes through the roof. And you feel you're vibrating with the only future that you want. And when you return to here and now, you feel that resonating vibration of your powerful self in you, for the rest of your day, and for the rest of your days. When you're ready, you can bring back this experience in your body. 1. You're ready to bring these frequencies into your here and now. 2. Ready to come back to your body and consciousness. 3. Open your eyes and feel how you're still vibrating in the timeline you're going towards now and continuously. See you next time.
So, you're back?
I'm back. Beautiful. I'm here.
So you see the several steps where you go and you're first a little bit aware of what the past is. So what you're going to imagine is that it's already past, whatever you thought, which is not really helpful for your future, that you imagine that it's already the past. And yeah, and then it's letting emerge what the future images is, and then going to step 2 totally in the future, and then embodying it in the now.
Beautiful.
So I think that's yeah, if you do that every morning, every evening, then you really feel a difference. So you can have the link and do it as much
you
as
said
you want.
last time, the previous lesson, when we are just waking up or just about to sleep, when we are in alpha, delta, which waves?
Yep.
One of those.
Yeah, alpha. So the waves between having a daily consciousness and going to sleep, that's of course the good ones. Some people are constantly in this wave, so it doesn't for them it doesn't really matter, but for most people it's easiest when you're in between those stages.
Perfect. I think everybody, what I would suggest was to see the video 1 or 2 more times. Take notes, put your own step, because at the end of the story, of course, we tell our stories, but it's your story.
Yeah.
So you are, whoever is watching us right now, you are the one who knows exactly what you want, the one taking notes of the step, the one with the feelings, and the one who creates his own life. And when we create our own life, we are in sync with the other people's life and the purpose, and then it's like we really build up for the whole humanity. It's not selfish. If I'm cute and happy, I help the whole humanity too. And that's my job number 1.
Yeah, if you are full of abundance and joy, people really love that. You are the sparkle of inspiration for other people and children, and And yeah, and so sometimes I get the question, yeah, how do I teach it to children? That's first practice on yourself. You cannot teach, especially this now, if you don't embody it in yourself. If you embody it in yourself, then it's much easier to teach it, because you will find the right words. And yeah, and I have a lot of videos from the fairy school which can assist you in that.
Oh, and do you want to give us a website?
Yeah, www.schoolofelves.com. But I noticed
School of Elves in a plural, right?
ELVEN.
.com.
VES, sorry, elves, yeah, VES.
.com.
Yeah, so plural. And Noemi, maybe you can check, because you're now not in Bolivia, isn't it? Yeah, so it's just, I noticed what you told me is that when you're in Bolivia, then you have problems with opening this website. So we have to check. I know Colombia doesn't have problems with opening this website because it has a host in the US. I don't know, but I remember that from
okay, I will double check.
Problems. So we have to check from several countries if that's everywhere the problem. So maybe it's just Bolivia.
We will see. So to close up, well, we never close up actually, but let's say from now, do you have like your best recommendation? Because now we got a bunch of tips and it's like, oh my God, and now.
Yeah, what I'm curious, if you do, I'm very curious to hear when you really apply this, and you have the exercise, you have the meditation, and you do this daily. I would love to hear what people's stories are with working with these manifestation tools. So of course you need some time for that. So we will have after this session some more question and answers. But also it would be wonderful to see you all back within a certain period, and to listen to your stories, to listen to what has happened in your life.
Thank you. Actually, we are both on YouTube and Facebook, so you can put comments right now when it's live, but you can put comments afterwards too. And we keep in contact, we keep in touch. And it's a long story because we are building up not only our life, but a whole new society. The question of the million, Briony. How long does it take before it gets manifested? In Earth time.
Nah.
Not quantum time.
Our mediums, they say we cannot put any earth time on whatever, and you're asking me to put an earth time on it. You know, you have to see the quantum field, the quantum potentials, as an infinite spider web of possibilities, where all free will decisions, they all cross each other, and they have a new path. They open a new path. So every conscious choice a person makes creates a new path, you could say, a new timeline. So this means that all those people are interfering with each other, and I have to know what the outcome is. But for sure is that we as humanity have to learn to create consciously again, and we have this creative power. We have this imagination, this power of our imagination. We have this divine power. So that's for sure that we will embody this more and more, and that we will become better and better in it, with the challenges which comes with when you have a desire and then have a dream.
Because I guess if there is some anxiety and I want it now, jeopardize the thing. I mean, I'm not helping. The more relaxed and I'm sure of myself, as you said at the beginning, the best it is. And if I put some, I do say anxiety when you want too much, it's not good either, right?
Yeah, the point is it's surrendering also. So it's action and surrendering. So you visualize and you create this consciousness, and then it's important to take action into that path you chose, and at the same time surrender to what happens. So if you're in the control mindset, then it's your ego. It's your ego who is fearful and wants to control. And that one wants to know when it will happen, with who will I work together with, and how will it look like. Now, your ego, that, yeah, because they will get really insecure if yeah, but it's up to you to teach yourself to have trust and surrender in the process. And the more you do it, the more you have trust in the process, because you saw some proof in your life from certain things which went out. And often you have, and that was a beautiful example I heard, I think, from Teals one. Yeah, it was about how was it again? That was a beautiful one. If you step to the door of your neighbor, and you take the steps, and with every step you ask, oh, I'm not there yet. Will I reach the doorstep? Will I ever be there? And so it has to do that, and every time you see something else before you even reach the door of your neighbor, you become to question yourself if that's the right thing to do, or if you will be able to do it. No, we believe that we will be on that doorstep, because we believe that if we go through the street and then we walk to the house, that we will be on that doorstep. So that's the same. It's not because you're stepping to your neighbor, and it's not because you're stepping that you think, oh, the neighbor doesn't exist, the house doesn't exist. The reality is not there. So our belief system is made that we know that our neighbor's house is there. So we believe that we will come, if we step, that we will go. But maybe we could even step into be in a total other dimension, and the neighbor's house is not there. But we believe that the neighbor's house is there. So we step to the neighbor's house, and it's not a black void where we are suddenly stepping in. No, there's a neighbor's house. So it's really creating yourself in such a faithful choice and decisiveness. I don't know if that's the right English word, but anyway, so to have the right decision and the faith that you step forward and you step towards what you want to go, and not with every step question yourself from, oh, maybe I had it wrong, maybe I was wrong. Maybe my dream was wrong, and it's never possible. But we all have these feelings. It's normal as a human being.
Human.
Yeah, but it's learning to trust the process and surrender to with every step that your body takes you to where you have to go.
So take notes. VAS, VAS, or VAS. Visualization for V, A for action, take action, and S for surrender. So with this, at least we have a clear map for now. Anything you want to add before we close this beautiful interview, class exchange, flying in the quantum field?
Yeah, as I already said, I'm so excited to hear all the stories, so please share.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you for being with us in the E-Multi University 3000 with weaving the waves of our waves and vision and dream as well, and weave this great tapestry of light for this earth and beyond. Thank you so much. And we go to the question now. And see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. Let's dream together and do it and surrender. VAS. Chao.
Hello, Briony. Welcome.
Hi. Do you
Good to see you.
En español yo voy. Bienvenida, Briony. Gracias por esta clase magistral realmente maravillosa.
Welcome and thank you for this wonderful class.
Y bueno, yo estoy así como muy impresionada. También tomé muchas de las notas.
I took many notes.
Y tenemos aquí una pregunta, no está aquí al aire. Siempre escriben las preguntas aquí porque les da como pena. Es ¿cómo cambiar las creencias?
Please send your comments and questions. And the question now is how, can you repeat, Karina?
Sí, ¿cómo cambiar las creencias?
How to change my beliefs. Welcome, Briony.
Hi. That's a question for me.
Yeah, it's a question for you, of course.
Okay. So how to change my beliefs? That has everything to do with two parts. That's, of course, just like this quantum journey is a perfect tool for that.
Okay, so sería dos partes, que este viaje cuántico es una herramienta perfecta para eso.
It's rewriting your reality.
Es como reescribir tu realidad.
So that's, of course, an important part. And on the other hand, of course, going to look deeper for your beliefs, what is underneath that.
Y la otra parte es de ir atrás de tu creencia, ver qué hay detrás de eso.
So often, like when I work with entrepreneurs, then they say, I want to gain a lot of money.
A menudo cuando trabajo con gente de negocio o business, ellos dicen, ya, yo quiero ganar mucho dinero.
Or I want to become a millionaire.
O quiero ser un millonario.
Now, the point is with a lot of persons, what is a very important one to check with yourself, what feelings do you feel when you speak the word millionaire, for example?
So, una idea es de ver qué sentimiento tú tienes cuando, por ejemplo, tienes esta palabra que yo soy un millonario.
Often it goes about safety and freedom.
A veces sería seguridad y libertad. Lo que se busca.
So then we have to check what do you need to have more safety and freedom.
Entonces te puedes preguntar qué necesitas para tener más libertad y más, ¿cómo era? Libertad y qué el otro?
Seguridad.
So it's going deeper. If you have a desire, whatever desire you have, sometimes let's say we want everywhere harmony.
Entonces, cuando tengo un deseo es de ver atrás. Por ejemplo, digamos, yo quiero armonía.
So then it's going to deeper this desire of harmony. Could be, it doesn't have to be, but it could be that desire of harmony has to do with a kind of chaos feeling inside. And this chaos wants to be, you want to express, you want to bring harmony in that.
Entonces, por ejemplo, una posibilidad sería que yo tengo caos dentro, entonces yo busco armonía.
Yeah, so there are always desires under desires.
So siempre hay un deseo detrás de un deseo.
And of course, it's important with, if you do this exercise daily with quantum dreaming, anyway, your ego gets used to being expanded, gets used to the new story.
So, si tú haces eso todos los días, tu ego o tu personalidad tiene como el hábito de expandir y ver más.
So I'm not so busy with how to change my beliefs. I'm more busy with what dream do I want to create.
Entonces no es tanto qué creencia o sistema de creencia quiero cambiar, sino qué sueño quiero vivir.
And then often in going forward to that dream, I'm symbolically beaten up with all the beliefs I have.
Y cuando persigo este sueño, claro, se me cae todo las creencias al paso.
Let's say I want to do a big project. Of course, I have to work on my beliefs about giving and receiving and opening myself for more receiving and learning maybe some more business tools.
Por ejemplo, estoy atrás, o sea, tengo el sueño de un proyecto grande, entonces voy a encontrarle la creencia de la limitación. ¿Qué eran las creencias? What kind of belief I bumped into when I want to do a big project?
Yeah, finance money will be certainly one. Receiving. Often we have a very often we have we are very limited in receiving capacity. We feel not comfortable with receiving a lot.
Nos encontramos con el problema de no saber recibir o tener limitación en la destro de recibir.
O lo del merecimiento, lo de no ser
o no lo merezco.
So yeah, and also business tools, like that we miss some kind of business training often to make it happen.
Herramientas de negocio que necesito para que se haga.
So I'm now I have a business scan for entrepreneurs, and I see there are two categories of people. The people who dream a lot, like who quantum dream a lot, and then miss the tools to make it happen often, also business tools, practical business tools. And then a category of people who have the feeling that there's more in life than what they're now doing. And they're like figuring out, but what is that more? And they're having a job or they're doing their business and they have this sense there's more, but where can I find that more?
Entonces, en la práctica yo veo dos clases de entrepreneur, por ejemplo, los que sueñan grande, pero que les falta como herramientas de negocio, por ejemplo, o los que tienen sus negocios, pero tienen la sensación que hay algo más.
Yeah, so we are all entrepreneurs.
Y somos todos entrepreneurs.
If you have a dream, you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, so Noemi, you heard this one. If you have a dream, you are an entrepreneur.
Si tienes un sueño, tú eres un entrepreneur o un emprendedor.
Bueno, gracias. Y otra pregunta es, ¿cómo quitar patrones de ego que nos bloquean?
The next question is about how to get rid of the blockage of whatever we want, and we have this blockage.
Again, it's a little bit the same answer. I'm never really busy with that.
Es como la misma respuesta. Otra vez, can you repeat, please?
Okay.
Yeah, so
both the question and the answer.
Ok. La primera era cambiar esas creencias.
Ya. ¿Y la segunda?
La segunda es, pues, cómo detener al ego para que no bloquee. Entonces, el ego hace las creencias.
How to stop the ego so it won't stop the process?
We always have an ego.
Tenemos siempre un ego.
So the only thing is, let's say that our ego thinks it's this, because our ego is just a thinking thought that we are like, for example, this.
So, digamos que el ego dice, bueno, somos eso.
Yeah, and so what we do with quantum dreaming is tell our ego, oh, but we're this.
Entonces, con el sueño cuántico, es como de decir que ya es más grande, es eso.
So after a certain time, the ego thinks it's this.
Entonces, después el ego sí piensa que es más grande.
So it becomes comfortable with being this.
O otra cosa, digamos. Y después está cómodo con la idea que es otra cosa.
And then we have even a bigger dream.
Y después tenemos un sueño más grande.
So our ego has to think it's this.
Entonces el ego tiene que pensar más grande.
And in the beginning, it's so fearful. No, I'm this. I'm not
Y al
this.
inicio
I'm this.
da miedo. No, yo soy solo eso.
So you do your quantum dreaming till the ego thinks, oh, I'm this.
Entonces, a medida que vas con tu sueño cuántico, el ego se acomoda y tiene la proporción adecuada. No
So
te
the
bloquea.
ego. So we're always working with our ego because that's the part from us which helps us to be integrated in the physical reality.
Entonces, siempre estamos trabajando con el ego porque es la parte de esta nueva realidad.
So we cannot get rid of it, or we have to just dissolve in oneness.
¿Cómo? What?
I say we cannot get rid of the ego, or we have to dissolve in oneness and always be there.
No se puede deshacer del ego, sino disolverle en la gran unidad.
Yeah. So unless when we have a desire, we need our ego to make it happen.
Pero si tenemos un deseo, necesitamos el ego para que se haga.
Only we need our ego to become aware, like that it can become this and this and this.
Solamente que nuestro ego tiene que ser consciente o tomar en cuenta que puede ser más y más y más.
So that is what you do when you do quantum dreaming. You let the ego become comfortable with, like the ego lets go, and your body and your mind becomes comfortable with a new version of yourself.
So, con el sueño cuántico, la idea es que el ego y tu yo y tu cuerpo esté cómodo con el mismo sueño. Se acomoda,
and often
más tranquilo.
From this, and then the universe or the quantum field will do its work.
Y después el universo hará su labor.
So let's say we go from this stage to this stage, then in between,
vamos de este estado a un estado más grande.
So in between, we'll get challenges if you really believe that we're this and not this.
Y después vamos a tener como los retos cuando ya pensamos que somos así.
So in the physical reality and the physical dimension, people will challenge us. They will not believe us that we're this. They believe that we're this because they're used to that, but they will not yet believe that we're this. And we will have to go through all those challenges to really stand into our conviction that we're this.
Entonces es como las otras personas, como piensa que tú eres solo eso y no eso, te va a retar. Y después es a nosotros de convencer y dar la prueba que sí somos más grandes. Pero hay que contar con retos.
So the people who reflect that to you see it as your helpers who help to resolve all the issues from becoming a small identity to a bigger identity.
La gente que te reta será de que les vea como helpers, los que te ayudan en realidad a posicionarte en la cosa más grande.
So they are externalized inner conflicts.
Son los que te hacen ver los conflictos internos como espejo, like a mirror.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's say that we don't believe that we can, let's say for an example, that we don't believe that we can be on a stage for a lot of people.
Ya, por ejemplo, digamos que creamos que no podemos estar en una stage, o sea, en un espectáculo mirando a la gente.
So we believe that we can speak for 5 people, but we cannot speak for 100 people.
Pues pensemos que podemos hablar a 5 personas, pero no para una cantidad grande de público.
So we start quantum dreaming. Yeah, so we start quantum dreaming that we're speaking for 100 people.
Ahora empezamos a soñar quantum dreaming, al soñar el sueño cuántico, que podemos hablar para mucha gente, un público grande.
And we will have these experiences that we are talking with people and that they are not really seeing our value.
Y se puede ser que tengamos una experiencia que hablamos con mucha gente, pero no ve tu valor, no te ven.
And that's our challenge, to then believe, no, the dream is 100 people, so I'm going forward to it until I feel totally comfortable.
Es tu reto de pasar encima de eso y hasta que esté totalmente cómoda de hablar frente a mucha gente.
Yeah. So the quantum dreaming helps a lot to let your body think that and believe that that you can do it.
Entonces, el sueño cuántico ayuda a tu cuerpo y a ti a afirmar que sí tú lo puedes.
So I just do mostly my quantum dreaming, and when I feel there's a certain fear coming in, then I do my exercises to just become aware of that part in me which is still resistance for the path I want to go towards.
Entonces, cuando hago mi sueño cuántico, y si viene algún obstáculo o miedo, hago mis ejercicios para pasar encima de eso.
Yeah, but I'm not busy searching for that.
Pero no paso mi tiempo a buscar el reto tampoco.
It comes when you quantum dream. It comes on your way, and a fear is coming. Then the moment you have the fear, you can tackle it.
Ya, viene en el camino y cuando te das cuenta ya te lo atiendes.
Bien, bueno, pues vamos, gracias por las respuestas. Vamos a leer un poco de los comentarios.
We go to the comment of the people.
Dice Marta Colomi, hola chicas, feliz de este segundo encuentro con Briony, abrazo a las 3.
Hello, chicas, girls. I'm happy for this second meeting with Briony. A big hug to the 3 of you.
Confianza en el universo, en uno mismo. El vacío es necesario dejando las seguridades y el control para dejar que fluya y se presenten nuevas realidades. Visión, acción y entrega.
So to trust the universe and in oneself. The vacuum is necessary to let go of the security zone and control zone to let it flow, and to let new reality to show up. Vision, action, and surrender.
Great summary.
Great summary.
Y bueno, le encanta. Dice, la metáfora de la ola es genial.
Marta Colomi said, the metaphor of the wave is absolutely
amazing.
Amazing. Oh, very good.
Hello, Briony, Noe, Cari, and Education 3000. I'm really moved by this training. Hola, Briony, Noe, Karina y Pedagogía 3000. Me siento realmente emocionada por este entrenamiento. Muchas gracias, Cecilia. Cecilia, un gran abrazo hasta. Y bueno, bueno, si tú lo quieres leer en inglés y yo lo leo en español, Noe.
I found the part Universe Life Reality Test Your Dreams interesting and read it as if life is already pushing you to your best version, helping you to improve.
Sí. Yeah. Dice Cecilia, encontré la parte de que el universo, la vida, realidad te desafía, interesante, y lo he interpretado como que la vida te empuja a tu mejor versión, ayudándote en el proceso. Wow. Muchas gracias a quienes han escrito. Y bueno, último, así porque también el tiempo es que se nos ha pasado muy, muy rápido. Algunos tips, hablábamos, bueno, en un principio, al inicio, hablabas de que a veces tenemos la atención como dispersa. ¿Qué tips puedes aportarnos para centrarnos?
So she's asking, what about recommendation on how not to be dispersed? Like we go and we have so many things all over the place, how to focus? Any recommendation?
I would just start with a quantum dreaming, and it will have its influence on itself. If you do that once a day, then it generates this wave. So the wave will take you. So, and of course, there's so many distractions. I will not go too fast.
Entonces yo empezaría con el sueño cuántico, hacerlo todos los días. Y después, and after. So you said we first start with a quantum dream, because of course there is a lot of distraction. So every day I will work on that, and then
Yeah, I would work on that, and the wave of this quantum dreaming will take you forward. And it's not that you can forget what your dream is, you know, it always comes. And of course, there are distractions, but it's up to you to focus on the creation of your dream, and the little steps make it happen. Sometimes the little steps, sometimes it feels, oh, I have this big dream, and you don't see the connection with the little steps you're doing.
All over. Entonces, Karina, tú lo entendiste, ¿quieres traducir?
Bueno, es tener el sueño, o sea, hacer este sueño cuántico como esta visualización interna y después hacer pequeñas acciones para ir en ella, concentrarte en esas pequeñas acciones para que no te desvíen de otras que no van en el sueño cuántico.
Y es como la misma ola del sueño te lleva. Es imposible olvidar su sueño grande. Y los pequeños pasos, en realidad, se va hacia el sueño grande.
Yeah, the quantum wave will take you to your dream. So just surrender, and it will be, the right synchronicities will happen for that.
La misma ola cuántica te va a llevar a tu sueño. Entonces hay una idea de surrender, de dejar.
Y de confiar.
De confiar, y a la vez the thing is, Briony, to surrender and then?
To surrender and let the wave take you towards your dream. It will take you to your
la
dream.
misma ola te lleve.
Pues entonces sería así como pensar en este sueño cuántico, interiorizarlo, sentirlo y entrar en esa frecuencia. Porque yo como lo veo es que la ola es la frecuencia del sueño cuántico y si yo voy así, pues nunca voy a entrar a esta ola. Entonces es introspectar las acciones necesarias para poder entrar en esa vibración de la onda, confiar y dejarse fluir.
So, Briony, it's like I have this dream, then I put it inside, and then I let this wave to take me. Not to be
so what you do,
so the big wave can take me.
You change your ego.
Tú cambias tu ego.
Yeah, by the dreaming, you expand and you make the new identity or the ego comfortable with the new identity. Like you become a new identity, maybe an identity which is confident, which has a lot of leadership, responsibility.
So, tener sueño y al mismo tiempo se cambia el ego que lo puede manejar. Por ejemplo, más,
and there will
the synchronicities, más autoestima.
Yeah, the synchronicities in your life will happen automatically.
Y hay una sincronización en nuestra vida que se va a tomar, que va a ocurrir automáticamente.
And very important is to be happy with every little step.
Y la cosa es estar feliz con cada pequeños pasos.
Yeah, because it's like a seed, and you know that the seed can become a huge tree.
Es como las semillas, y sabemos que las semillas pueden ser un árbol grande, van a ser un árbol grande.
And if we are not valuing the seeds, will we then value the tree in the end?
Entonces, si no damos valor a la semilla, ¿cómo vamos a dar valor al árbol?
Because the seed which is growing is as exciting as a tree who is making a lot of fruit.
Tener la semilla que crece es tan emocionante como tener ya el árbol grande todo hecho.
And it's up to us to see the value in every step.
Y depende de nosotros de ver el valor a cada paso.
Valorarnos, perdón.
And also know that with everything we do as in the field, it has a ripple effect.
Y saber que cada cosa que hacemos en el campo tiene su efecto de ripple, o sea, de, ¿cómo se dice ripple?
Como de replicar o de, como la onda. Sí.
Ondas que se expande, como en el agua.
Yeah, like the rings in the sea when you put a stone in it.
Por ejemplo, si yo lanzo una piedra en un cuerpo de agua o en el mar, vamos a tener esas pequeñas...
Se va a expandir.
Se expande.
Las acciones se expanden.
So you can imagine that when you have a new identity, when you have new beliefs through your quantum dreaming, that it has a total new ripple effect.
Entonces, cuando ya sabes que tienes una nueva realidad o tu nuevo ego en tu sueño cuántico, va a tener esos efectos de expansión o va a seguir expandiendo, expandiendo.
Yeah.
Yo creo que aquí es muy importante y voy a citar a uno de los niños del foro de 9 años que
I'm
dice,
going to quote a kid in the kid forum we have. He's 9 years old and he said,
confía en ti
trust in yourself.
y valórate, porque si tú no te valoras a ti mismo, allá afuera tampoco te van a valorar.
And you have, ¿cómo dices valorar en inglés?
Value.
And value yourself. Thank you.
And now I'm the translator.
Because if you don't value yourself, the other people won't value you. This is what this boy was saying to Karina.
Yeah, and you will see if you create that new identity, that new ego for yourself, the people will react differently on you.
And so if you create this, y si haces, tienes esta nueva imagen de ti o ego de ti, entonces la gente ya se te va a valorar.
Sí. Y bueno, también donde nos centramos, más se crea. Por eso era importante esta pregunta de cómo centrarnos, porque precisamente si ponemos nuestra atención ahí, es donde se va a crear.
The more we focus, the more we can create.
Yeah, we know that. We create constantly. We cannot not create. We not often create.
De hecho, estamos creando todo el tiempo. No podemos no crear.
But we often don't create what we think our dream is.
La cosa es que a veces no creamos dónde va nuestro sueño.
Sí. Y bueno, también tenemos que sintonizar y conectar con tu yo cuántico.
Synchronize and connect with your quantum self.
Yeah. It's so simple.
Es tan simple.
Was it not very simple written?
¿No te parece simple?
Ay. Se escucha simple, se lee simple, lo puedes escribir tan simple, pero el pasarlo, o sea, el pasarlo de aquí de la mente, pasarlo a tu timo, a tu corazón expandido, a tu yo, y encontrar esa coherencia, ahí lo difícil.
We can listen it simple, we can read it simple, but to go through inside and go through the thymus and to the inner self, it's another story.
Yeah, and also, you know, your whole body has so many memories about so many things, and then your past and this whole, we have this whole package of old beliefs and experiences, and so yes, that has to drip into everything. But the nice thing is that moment will change, and the future and the past.
Plus, our whole body is full of memories and experience and so on, so it has to go through all that.
Yeah, but the moment you have to
si quieres
know
decir
that,
en español de todas tus memorias, tus experiencias del pasado.
Gracias, perdón.
Yeah, and you have to also know that every time you do it, it has a huge influence on the field.
Pero cada vez que tú lo haces, tiene una influencia enorme al campo.
It's like the butterfly effect, you know, that one stroke of a butterfly can create a tornado on another continent, and that's the same. It's every person who goes more into their creation power. Every person is this ripple in this field, and we don't know who will have the drip where everything will change concretely, but you know, every drip is super important. So if you just start to do it, then you're the change maker.
Ajá, eso se llama el efecto mariposa, saber que una ala que se mueve de una mariposa puede crear un tornado o un tifón, o ¿cómo se llama? Una tempesta. Entonces, confiar que lo que hago yo sí tiene sus efectos y efectos y efectos en todo el campo.
Sí, esto es tomar pequeñas, acciones y pequeños pasos que nos lleven a él.
It's like to take, fast.
Sorry.
Take small actions. No, take actions and small steps. Y eso te lleva a eso.
And dream big. Dream big.
Oh, dream big, Sonia Grande.
Dream big, small steps, and just see the how would you say it? See the unlimited value in every small step.
Es soñar grande, tomar pequeños pasos y ver todo el valor de cada de esos pequeños pasos. Azul, tuya, Ayub, de Marruecos.
Marruecos.
Hola, hello.
Hello, Ayub. Y Marta dice, querida Briony, fascinante tu experiencia y tan valiosos aportes. La metáfora de la semilla es muy representativa de la labor que nos compartes. Gracias, gracias, gracias.
¿Vas a traducir, Cari?
Ay, no, tú tradúcelo.
Okay, dear Briony, this is fascinating, your experience, and everything you give is so valuable. The metaphor with the seed is so just or representative of the work you share with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you too for joining and for being a change. Because every person who starts doing that is this extra ripple in the field.
So everybody doing that, it's an extra ripple or an extra expansion more en el campo.
Estas acciones van a ser, y cuando tomamos estas acciones que representan a nuestro sueño, aunque sean pequeñas y las valoramos, van a tener una gran repercusión y expansión en nuestro sueño cuántico.
Okay, eso era la traducción perfecta. She was translating perfectly.
Yeah, and I think that now you can also feel that it's up to us to become this creative entrepreneur who believes in their dreams. And if we are embodying this, we just naturally give this to children.
So, depende de nosotros ser este emprendedor con este sueño cuántico, y eso es lo que pasemos a los niños y a las niñas.
So even more, the more we allow ourselves to go to pursue our desires, to pursue our dreams, to believe in it, the more we will allow children to pursue their dreams.
So, con más razón, más yo sigo con este sueño cuántico y con lo que este proceso, más le ayudo también a los niños y a las niñas.
Yeah, because we also know from right brain training very well that what we think about the children defines the outcome.
So, desde el entrenamiento de los cerebros, o sea, de los
hemisferios.
Can you repeat, Briony, please?
So that we know from right brain training, like the Shishida method, other photographic memory, all those trainings, we know that what we believe as a coach defines the outcome with the child.
Okay, so sabemos desde los entrenamientos del hemisferio derecho del cerebro, de tantos coach que hay, que lo que creemos es lo que impacta sobre los niños mismos.
Yeah, so if we don't believe in our own dreams, how
Entonces,
can
si no
we
creemos en nuestro propio sueño,
how can we then give children the faith that they can pursue their dreams?
¿cómo podemos dar a los niños y a las niñas la fe y la certitud que ellos pueden?
But if we have this faith in ourselves, this unshakable faith that we can pursue our dreams and that we're doing that and that we're already living it, then that's the frequency we give to children. We share with them.
Si tenemos la fe, ¿cómo dice en español, Karina?
Intención.
No, que no se puede quebrar.
Inquebrantable.
Inquebrantable. que se puede hacer, entonces lo pasamos a los niños de la misma manera.
And the good thing about children, especially when they're very young, for them all is possible. So they
Y lo
don't
bueno
have a
de los
limited
niños y las
dreaming.
niñas, especialmente cuando son muy pequeños, es que todo es posible.
Yeah, so it all starts with a dream.
So, todos empezamos con un sueño.
Sí.
Wow.
Pues muy interesante. Yo me quedo con que hay que hacernos esta pregunta realmente, ¿qué es lo que realmente requiero?
So, me quedo con esta pregunta de fondo, ¿qué realmente? So, what do we? ¿Puedes poner otra vez la pregunta?
Yeah.
So, I will keep this or finish with this idea. What do I really want or need? And Karina is inviting us to reflect on that. What do I really need and want?
Y a partir de aquí, pues ir enfocando nuestro sueño o todos estos elementos dispersos los voy integrando en mi sueño para crear mi futuro ahora.
So all the pieces I have, I will just put them together and focus on my big dream.
And a good thing to do is, if you want to focus more on your dreams, you can just put off the radio, put off the TV, all those distractions, movies, all those things which influence your dreams and your thoughts. You just put them out and only take your time to just be in the frequency of your dream.
And if I want to focus on my dream, maybe it's a good idea to stop the distraction, like TV and movies and
si
radio.
Si quieren enfocarse en su sueño, es muy importante quitar los distractores como el radio, como la televisión.
Bravo.
Y bueno, precisamente Silvia Lojano dice, el universo, saludos Silvia, el universo tiene todo en armonía, fluyamos con él. Decir y hacer sentir a los niños y a diario que la vida es valiosa y pueden crear su realidad. Abrazos a las 3.
The universe has everything in harmony and we flow with the universe. To talk and to make children feel this and every day make them feel that life is very valuable and that they can create their reality, like to the 3 of us.
Sí. Bueno, y para cerrar esta clase magistral de una manera brillante, de verdad, gracias. Un mensaje que nos dejes aquí en Masterclass de la multiuniversidad.
So to close this Masterclass, very nice. Do you have a message for all of us?
Yeah, and thank you so much. I always enjoy it. I always feel inspired when I'm here in the Education 3000 university space. So after that, I always have a lot of creativity. So thank you for inviting me.
Entonces, gracias. Yo estoy siempre inspirada después de Educación 3000 o la Multi University 3000 y me quedo con mucha inspiración.
Gracias. Aquí voy a poner abajo el nombre precisamente de las redes sociales en las que y el correo para que se puedan comunicar con Briony y todo su haber, su coach en escuelas, en empresas, negocios. Briony.
Okay. Yeah. Briony Art Educate the Future Now.com.
And esta es la página web de ella.
EducateTheFutureNow.com. Gracias.
I'm translating now more into English, so the next months more will be available from the teacher training, but that takes still some time. So
No problem.
but we can already start dreaming. We have all the tools.
In all the languages.
Yeah.
Así es. Y bueno, pues, si alguien tiene otra pregunta, aquí es el momento porque estamos precisamente cerrando esta cuarta clase magistral, realmente brillante y muy, pues, a fluir en libertad y en confianza. Así es que...
If you have a comment, that we are still on time, and that's our fourth class of the Multi-University 3000, and thank you so much.
Sí, bueno, ¿qué te parece, Noé? Amigos, sí, déjenme cambio por acá porque yo me puedo hacer así para que no me tapen. ¿Qué les parece si les voy a compartir en pantalla la próxima clase magistral?
So we will see the next class, that will be the fifth one, and it's about all new kind of energy.
Tecnología en sustentabilidad energética avanzada. Es nuestra clase magistral número 5 con Domingo Guinea Díaz. Él es investigador del Consejo Superior de Investigaciones Científicas España. Es el domingo 26 de septiembre.
So the topic will be technologies in energetic or advanced energetic sustainability. So we will see all kind of new kind of source of energy that of course are clean and renewable, of course. That's a very interesting topic.
Bueno, y esta va a ser en español, esta clase magistral será en español con subtítulos en inglés. Entonces,
so it will be in English with subtitle in... No, it will be in Spanish with subtitle in English. This time it will be reversed.
Bueno, pues esto ha sido todo. Noé, ¿quieres decir algo antes de cerrar esta?
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Briony.
And let's have this quantum dream bigger and bigger, and we can do it.
And share your experiences with the dreaming. I already asked that, but share whatever you experience with the exercise, and if you see synchronicities around it, share it on the comments. Very happy to read that.
Yes, because you might see the program later on. So on Facebook and on YouTube, you still can comment, and we will see that. And it's nice to know your experience and share it.
Pues aquí esperamos también que nos comenten, que nos manden algún mail para ver si es que ustedes han puesto en práctica estos tips sobre soñar de manera cuántica. Así es que, bueno, pues con este mensaje y con este agradecimiento a Briony y a ustedes quienes estuvieron detrás de la pantalla, pues damos fin a esta clase número 4. Hasta la próxima.
You take care. See you soon. Thank you, Briony. Thank you, Karina, and everybody.
Thank you.
Let's co-create